Hey, it's Clay. Welcome to another League of Legends video. This is going to be another replay analysis, this time focusing on Fizz in the mid lane. Now, again, standard introductory types of things. If you are interested in receiving some free coaching and gameplay feedback from this show, Replay Analysis, feel free to send your replay files to clayplaysreplayanalysis@gmail.com. There'll be a link in the description down below. I believe I said this in my last episode, but I am accepting replay files from pretty much any commonly used replay program that would include LoL Replay, although LoL Replay is very bugged and is kind of a problem. I have been having a tremendous amount of success with both na.op.gg's replay client and also Baron Replay. Baron Replay, I think, is probably the one I will start recommending you guys use if you want to. If you aren't currently using a replay program and want to start using one for this show, I highly recommend Baron Replay. They're very reliable, and they're not having the types of problems that LoL Replay is having, like with patch changes and stuff like that. So go ahead and send those replay files in. Standard stuff will apply. You know, it's really helpful to send in ranked matches because they're maybe a little bit more formal. It's really helpful to send in matches that are close, that aren't necessarily stomps, where you just win through your item lead. It's really nice to get some games where there are, you make good plays and you make mistakes. Like all of the above happens. Those are the best types of replays to send in. I will be able to give the best feedback for AD carry, but I am happy to talk about any other laner role. I'm definitely proficient in those types of things. And there are things that apply to any role. Gameplay, decision making, strategies, wording, team play, communication. All those types of things apply no matter what role you are. But just to be totally fair and honest, I think I can be most helpful when it comes to AD carry, because I know a lot more about those lane matchups and the specifics of those champion insights. But anyways, with that long introduction out of the way, let's go ahead and get into this gameplay. We're going to be watching this Fizz in the mid lane. So let's go ahead and just kind of... There were some things that have happened so far, but I don't think I'm going to do any rewinding. There was a Lee Sin gank, and thus far we've just kind of been dealing with Katarina. So let's talk about... nice use of the Trickster there to get away. Nice job. Okay, so let's talk about a little bit about Fizz. I actually have been playing a lot of Fizz in ranked 3s, which is a little bit funny to say. Not as much in Summoner's Rift, but a lot in rank 3. So I feel like I know a lot about Fizz, but maybe not as much about Fizz on Summoner's Rift. Okay, so let's just... One little tidbit detail right there is I think I maybe would have preferred you not use your E. I think that if between your W and your Q you could have gotten all of those last hits, while when you used your E you did a little too much damage, so that when the tower shot comes in you get yourself in a little bit of trouble there. Okay, just a little minor thing right there. I want to watch that little... This is just a very little detail. So Katarina does her Q, she gets her combo off. So that's a good time for you to go aggressive. Now, you're taking a ton of minion aggro, so I think if you're going to disengage like you did, use your E right away so you can drop the minion aggro, because you end up taking another 100 or so damage from those minions, and specifically that cannon minion, and you end up getting a little bit low. So anyways, to back up and talk a little bit about Fizz and Katarina specifically, both are weak laners, which is nice for Fizz, because I think that in terms of scaling, it's a little bit of a toss-up. Both scale really hard. Katarina is a little bit more of a... She's a very strong team fight champion, just with her resets. With her and Master Yi, team fighting against this team is going to be very... you're going to be very careful, just because... if you make a mistake, it can quickly spiral out of control. One kill can suddenly become 5 kills, and then you lose the game. But I also think that Fizz has better single target burst potential, and there are quite a few squishy people on their team. Yi, Lee Sin, Tristana, and Katarina are all going to be pretty squishy, so you have a lot of good targets. Now, I would say that Fizz maybe has a little bit of an edge in the laning matchup, just because He's got a little bit more damage. Katarina's base damage is actually really, really low. A lot of it is tied into her Q, but she just doesn't really have very high base damage. She's more dependent on getting resets. That's where Katarina's damage gets a little bonkers, because she, you know, when you're throwing out even low base damage spells, when you're throwing them out in rapid succession after getting resets, that's when you really do a lot of work. So I like that you've been trying to set the tone to be a little bit aggressive with this Katarina. Now in the laning phase, I think Katarina's biggest advantage is going to be in her sustain, the fact that she's manaless and you are mana full. You can see you are forced to recall here, and that's kind of another point is, you know, you used your E a couple of times, you know, there to farm those waves, and I guess when I have had success with Fizz, I usually try to hold that E for almost as long as physically possible. Okay, one quick thing is I love how many wards you've purchased. Now there is a wave at your tower. Very nice job of going aggressive on this Lee Sin and picking up this kill. Nice job. That was very well played. Maybe didn't have to flash. I want to watch this one more time. Okay, so you land the shark. That was very nice. He flashes. You use your E. Okay, so I think that using your flash there was a little unnecessary, but maybe you still got the kill in the end, but I think you just could have held on to it, which is fine. It's just a very minor detail. But overall, that was very well played. Can use that pink ward. Alright, very nice. Very, very nice. Getting this pink ward and going for dragon is a very, very smart idea. Between Fizz and Madstone Udyr, you guys' dragon potential is going to be really, really high. Fizz has percentage health damage, and Udyr just has very good dragon control with the Madstone build, so that was a very, 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 very smart objective play right there. I really liked that you, like, the moment that you took an advantage, as in killing their jungler, you tried to capitalize on it and go take an objective. Alright, again, I think I would have preferred, this is just a really minor thing, but saving your E there, I think that until you get higher levels of AP, you really want to try and sit on that E, you know, because you ended up missing just a couple of creeps. It's just a very minor detail, but I think using your W and your Q primarily for farming in this stage of the game is a little smarter, especially when you're dealing with tower shots. But that's just kind of something that comes with knowing the champion very well. Not a big detail. I like that you swept that ward right there. That was really good use of your red trinket, you know, especially because you have put a lot of money into wards. You know, you've got a pink, you've got a couple of greens. This is a nice ward spot. You've done a really nice job of gaining vision with your consumables and then using your trinket to deny vision. Remember, since Season 4, you know, red trinkets have become really the way to go. A little detail, I think I would have preferred that you use your E right there on Katarina. Let's watch this little trade one more time. This is just a very little thing. So Katarina, she just threw out her Q. She's going to come in and ult. I think the moment she ults, I think the best response is to just use your E, because you will dodge, guaranteed dodge all of the entire duration of her ult damage, and then when you come down, you are going to be in a guaranteed position to use to get damage on her because she's rooted in place. Little minor detail, very, very nice job. I instantly saw that you pinged, and now you're pinging missing. So you did a very nice job of alerting your team to the potential roam. That was very, very good. I think this is a definitely, ooh, unfortunate on that shark, but that was a good all-in right there. If the shark would have landed, I think you probably had that kill. That's okay. Good decision making there, though. Very nice job of letting your team know what's going on. Another thing to keep in mind that I thought of is, with a lot of the things that I'm pointing out, some of them may seem pretty hypercritical. Nice use, good trade right there. But keep in mind that when I'm watching this on a replay, it's really, really easy for me to see specific details and to like think about what you could have done differently. So, yeah, I know like there are times when like some of the videos that I've posted where people get like really hypercritical, and a lot of times it's in a YouTube comment section where you don't get the explanation or the context, and they'll just be like, oh, it was really stupid, you could have done this at this time, but that's not very helpful because it's sometimes difficult to make those snap decisions in the moment. So just understand that I understand that a lot of these things that I'm talking about, you know, I have the benefit of watching this replay slowly and rewinding and analyzing different things. So for those of you that are watching and going to make comments as well, please try to keep that in mind, that we have the benefit of watching this very slowly and getting all the little details out. I'm just trying to help. Nice use. Okay, that was very... Again, you used your E there to dodge her ulti. That's your best response. Could have maybe used your E a little bit better there. I mean, I keep kind of harping on this point, but a couple things to understand about Fizz's E is I think that this is like the most important thing for playing Fizz successfully, is using your E well. First and foremost, you have to understand that it is your highest base damage spell. 270 base damage with like a 70% scaling is pretty obscene. You know, your other abilities don't necessarily have the same amount of base damage or scaling. So a lot of your damage is tied into your E. Secondly, 130 mana. That is a very, very high mana cost. That is the trade-off for having a spell like this. Thirdly, understand the untargetable. You know, using the untargetable is crucial to playing Fizz well. You know, you don't have any ranged abilities. All of your damage is pure melee. So using your playful trickster for the untargetable is crucial. You know, talking about using it to dodge Katarina's ultimate. You know, if you're playing against somebody like Zed, just crucial. Very nice job of going all in here. Oh, nice. The shark hit Tristana too. That was fortunate. Good roam. Oh, unfortunate that that missed, but oh, I think he got it anyways with red buff. So nice. So anyways, just to summarize with the Playful Trickster, it's like, it's really important that you use this ability well to have success with Fizz. It really can make or break your play with him. And I think that, you know, if there's just any little bit of criticism, I would say be a little bit more cautious about using it at lower ranks without a lot of AP to push the minion wave, because I think there were times when it cost you some CS under tower. There were times where you could have dodged Katarina's ulti. Very minor thing. Alright, very, very nice play right here. Yeah, you've... a couple things to just think you've been doing really well is I think you've been roaming really, really well. You know, that time where you were sitting in over here, I didn't really talk about it, but that was really, really well played. You responded really well with Udyr's aggression. Just some really nice job of playing Fizz as this very strong roaming champion. Good job closing on the gap there. That was a very good use of your E. You know, your E was what you needed to get in range to use your WQ. Nice. Very nice. Okay, that was perfect. You know, that time you used your E immediately. You didn't let the... I guess I don't exactly know. I'm gonna just call... So, like, there's two ways to use your Fizz E. For those of you that aren't aware, you can use it on the initial cast, and then you can just kind of let Fizz fall to the ground. I'm gonna call that the playful use. I don't know if that's exactly what it is, but you can right-click to kind of lean in a certain direction, but that gives you the slow and it gives you the wider radius. And then the other use is the trickster way, where you immediately cast it again to use the second dash. Now you don't get the slow and you have a smaller radius. So for the most part, I think that using the playful method is the best way, but in that specific instance you absolutely needed to use it to close the distance on the Master Yi, and so using the trickster was the smartest way to do it. So that was very good. This is a little bit of a tricky fight here, just because you are a little bit So again, just to summarize, I've talked a lot about using your playful trickster well, but I pretty much like to prioritize using the playful side, and then relying on the wider splash dam range and also the slow to kind of cover your distance, and like the little lean that you can do. But sometimes using the trickster is the smart choice. So that was good. Okay, it looks like Katarina is... Ooh, dang. Alright, nice job getting that kill. Fortunately, it might cost you your life. Okay. Oh, nice. Okay, so I think that was good. I'm going to watch this one more time, just to make sure Okay, so Katarina is busy getting resets. You do a nice job of going on her. I think this is a very minor thing, but I believe that you had... I want to watch it one more time. So, using your Q and your W, you always want to activate W first and then Q, because you want to get that extra damage. Q applies on-hit effects. So let's just watch very slowly. Just trying to squeeze every little bit of information out of this as I can. Yep, there's the Q, and there's the W, so I think that I'm right. Good use of your E there to dodge Master Yi's damage and finish off the kill. Now, unfortunately, Maokai ends up blocking you down, but a nice fish here, and I think you got an auto or two onto the Lee Sin to pick up that kill. So that was about as good as you could have done there. That was like a 4v2, or 4v1, really. So, overall, pretty happy with that. Nice job. Touch a little bit on your itemization. Overall, I think this is good. I am a fan of sitting a little bit on the Sheen. I don't necessarily think that going all the way to Lichbane is the best choice, just because there is a break-even point where Sheen, like if you don't have any ability power, Sheen and then upgrading to Lichbane isn't going to be a significant boost of damage. Lichbane does two things from Sheen. One is it scales a lot better, because your base attack damage is going to cap out, whereas the Lichbane has an AP ratio. So the more AP you get, the better Lichbane gets. And then also, it does magic damage instead of physical damage, so it will benefit from all the magic pen that you're also going to build in the Sork Shoes and the Void Staff. So I think that it's very smart to sit on the Sheen for a little while. I like that you've got the Seekers. You know, just looking, other than Katarina, you know, Master Yi, Lee Sin, Tristan are their main damage sources. Also, Zhonya's will give you an option against Katarina to stasis if she ults. Also, just in general, I think that Zhonya's is a very, very powerful item. Okay, looks like you guys just kind of caught him out here. That was good. So I like your itemization. One thing that I like on Fizz a lot is Deathfire Grasp. One thing I'll say... Oh, very nice. Good use of your abilities right there. You seem to have a very good understanding of your limits on Fizz, like what you actually need to secure a kill, which is very important. That shows good champion mastery. And that's one of the things that I see from players who are a little bit newer to the game, that maybe haven't really mastered a champion, is they will do things like, you know, they'll flash to secure a kill, but then they don't quite have enough damage, or they will fail to go aggressive and pick up a kill that they probably should have and could have. So you've done a nice job of understanding your limitations there. So there you finish the Zhonya's. I like the Zhonya's pickup on Fizz just because it gives you another option. I also like that you are responding to this split push. Okay, good job landing the Shark there and just going all in. I don't know if you'll be able to pick it up. Okay, that's fine. Using your stuff there was totally fine, just because you saved the tower. Good Zhonya's. Waiting for your cooldowns to come back up. Very, very nice. That was well played. That was a perfect Zhonya's use, just because it let you... Oh, very, very nice. Good chasing here. He should be a kill. Nice. Very, very good use of your abilities throughout that whole fight and the active. The Zhonya's use there was really nice, just because I don't think you would have maybe survived without it. You give your cooldowns an opportunity to come back up. You force them to make a decision where they're probably not going to be on the same page and know what the optimal choice is. And you put them on the back foot immediately, so that was very nice. To return to my point, though, about... Okay, there's a Needless Guard Rod. You could go Deathcap. I really, really like DFG. I've said that a little earlier. I think DFG is such a good item on Fizz, and the reason is because I think Fizz... Oh, very nice. The E just kind of overextended there. But the reason why I like DFG so much is because I think Fizz's DFG combo is very, very easy to pull off. I think that with other champions, like maybe a LeBlanc, DFG is a good item, but I also think that it's difficult to use. And so with Fizz, I think his DFG combo is really easy, because you can throw out the Shark, and if it lands, it's, you know, they're going to be slowed, and you know that they're going to get knocked up, so it's very easy for you to see if the Shark lands. If it does, then throw your DFG, and then use your W and your Q And with that combo, that typically is enough to burst somebody down. And then that allows you to use your E to get out of the fight, which can be something. So you've got your E and your Zhonya still available to you, which can allow you to make really good choices about continuing to fight or if you're going to back out. Okay, good Zhonya's, very good. And now, can Leona help you? Oh, nice try. A little bit unfortunate. Oh, Jinx! Looks like he is getting away. Oh, and Udyr, I don't think he's gonna be able to catch him. So overall, I think you've done a nice job this game. Couple of just feedback points have mostly been about using your E in the early laning phase to optimize how you're farming creeps. But I think you've done a nice job of, you know, your mechanics have been solid, your understanding of Fizz has been really good. You guys have been setting up a lot of kills. Now at this point, I think, just to kind of analyze where we're at, I think it's important at this point to look at the game and think about what you need to do to win and what they need to do to win. You know, both teams have a lot of damage. Katarina and Master Yi and Tristana, like that is a very intimidating, you know, that is a lot of damage that they are going to be potentially able to pull out. So you want to try to be efficient about closing this game off. You know, Udyr's gone a little bit squishy. You have a Vayne top, which is squishy, and a Jinx AD carry. So you've got, you know, other than Leona, you don't necessarily have the best team to deal with, you know, the Jinx Master Yi combination, just because you don't have a lot of tanky utility, you know, crowd control type champions. Good use of your ult. Nice job finishing up that kill. So I guess I would just try to really focus on a couple things. One is I think that staying grouped is essential, because I think that Master Yi is going to be able to pick people off one by one. I mean, just, he's going to have such an easy time picking people off. Secondly, I think, okay, good job there. Okay. Didn't have Zhonya's available, so not much we could have done. But you guys did get the inhibitor, so even if you are giving up a lot of kills, and no Udyr, that probably was a mistake on his part, I think you played that fine. Death cap is good here. I maybe would have preferred DFG, or you could have finished Lich Bane as well, but Death cap is fine, I don't have a problem with it. Just understand the trade-offs. You know, I think Death cap is maybe a little bit better later into the game, once you've completed your Lich Bane, to really scale that ahead. And I also like DFG just because it gives you the one-shot assassination potential against, you know, makes your Katarina and your Master Yi's think twice about getting near you. But still, I think it's fine. Okay, looks like her Vayne just died. She's not having such a good game. Master Yi really dumped on her. Nice job. You guys have done a good job of securing objectives. Now, with Baron down, mid inhib is down, I definitely think you guys are making the right call moving towards bottom. What you want to do whenever you have one inhibitor down is you want to force the enemy team into making a tough decision. Good job reacting to this, and I don't know what that Tristana was doing. That was a free kill. You took it. That was good. Quick note, I like your skill order, maxing E, then Q, then W. I think that's the best way to do it. I think you're doing a nice job of continuing to try to group with your team. Leona is Fizz's best friend in this situation because Leona wants to go ham. And what Leona will do, ooh, nice fish. What Leona will do is set up kills. I mean, she's going to lock people down so you can finish them off. Which is exactly what you're doing. So I think you're doing a nice job of trying to stay with Leona and understand that she is your key to victory here. And there's the surrender. So overall, I think that was a pretty good, clean game. You definitely did a nice job of carrying it. And you did a nice job of trying to stay grouped and force objectives. You know, the Master Yi was really their only way back into this game. And as long as you guys try to stay together and use your crowd control to keep him locked down, you did you can definitely make it happen. Overall, I think you played well. Only little tidbits is just with your E use, making sure you're using that optimally to try to ensure you can get every last hit. You did a lot of roaming, which I think was smart, which ends up in your CS score being a little bit lower, but that's honestly fine. I think Fizz is a very good roamer, and it's not like you were lacking in items. But overall, I think you did a nice job. That was a good game. If you guys have any constructive criticism for our Fizz player here, I think that would be very helpful. And overall, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts down below. If you have replays, feel free to send them to my email address found in the description below, and I'll see you soon. Bye.